Because you were trying to keep everything as close to that original Nintendo look as possible.
That's really good.
This is the introduction. This is the opening scene to Dragon Fantasy. Every RPG must do. Everything starts happy and something terrible has to happen in the first few seconds. So the controls are pretty simple. It's very influenced by, like I said, Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy, all those 8-bit RPGs. Control is currently just kind of drag in a direction to move. Everything's kind of tap to interact. So I'm going to go up to this first skeleton here and see what he has to say.
Nice.
So yeah, we tried to keep everything as authentic as possible, so there's very limited animation for everything because that's how it was done back then.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and fight him, and I missed, sadly. So get through these guys through at least this opening sequence here.
I'm surprised how well done this is, in regards to just a total homage to.
I mean, everything we wanted to do with this was these are the games that we grew up with. This is what made us want to love games in the first place. So, like I said, the music was basically done by a local chiptune musician who I believe most of his samples were even recorded off an original NES. All the art's done with the NES's palette. I mean, everything is kind of really trying to be as close to authentic as possible. And while it means, instead of having great animations, we have this little flipping back and forth. That's just how it would have been. That's how it was. And we're like, well, we loved this back then, and there's a whole slew of people with iPads and iPhones and who knows what other systems out there that grew up with this and are going to hopefully love this as much as we do. I'm going to kind of skip ahead and tell this guy and talk to one of the two princes here. Kind of the younger brother who never really gets his way, and then this is, of course, who's about to be crowned the new king. But again, as always happens, some evil force has to interrupt the good day, because that's what an 8-bit RPG was.
Right.
This here is the Dark Knight.
I almost think for this to be a true 8-bit RPG, you almost have too much text. You very minimal, not even really sure what's going on here other than there's skeletons now.
That's the thing, we're talking about well, we should have a bit of a tutorial so people know how to play, but you never got told how to play back then, so we're actually fighting over the dumb things
just throw the player in there and kill him.
User-friendly? So, there we go, and then we're of course going to have to fight off the Dark Knight here in this lovely opening sequence here. Looms before us.
Maybe you could have two different text dictionaries for the game, one that's how this is now, and another that's classic
I
mode.
grew up with this, I don't need you to tell me. There we go, I'm about to... Spoiler, I'm about to get my, this evil laugh cuts through my soul and be sadly missed with it. But, every single enemy has this kind of off-flavor text here where, it's... He mutters an incantation, and of course I get hit for more health than I have, and I die a terrible death, because that's how every game started, with you dying. This is kind of the finale of the intro sequence here, and you know, obviously you being the hero from long ago, you couldn't just take that. You have to chase after him and off to begin your quest to save Prince Marlin for the Queen.
Great.
But instead of landing in the Dark World, you kind of come out in this random woodsman's house, and that kind of starts your journey.
Yeah, that's cool. Neat.